Welcome back, everybody. Today is the day Goddess of Victory Nikke comes out for Japanese Weiss Schwarz. English comes out April 18th. Remember to keep that in mind because I'm going to show you these cards. Do not FOMO into it if you want the English side, unless you want some cheaper cards potentially than what you're going to see on the English side. Inside of the booster box, 289 cards, 115 normal, 174 types of parallel. You can see all the cards on my last video. Just go towards the end and you will see them with some beautiful music playing. I do say so myself. Now, inside of a case or carton, you will see 1 SSP and 3 SP. On the Japanese Weiss Schwarz side, there are 3 cases or cartons inside of a master case. Now, you're going to see a triple rare plus and a SEC plus. We have no idea about the AGR. I have not seen anybody pull it, but we do actually have a picture of it. I'll show you in just a moment. 5 SEC plus, 4 triple rare plus, 9 SSP, 40 SP, 15 triple rare, 100 SRs, and 12 double rares. Now here is the AGR. It is beautiful. You can see it being signed by Ishikawa. We have no idea how many of these exist, but you can take a look at a picture and just take a guess at it. As you can see, there is a card hanging off outside of the picture. So there's probably more that you cannot actually see being taken. Okay. Now, I took these prices over here off of Gurapan. They did not seem to have the AGR. And I will say that because they have a price here, and I'm just going to go with that price. It could just be too high. It could be too low. You could figure that out, but I think it's a decent estimate on where you can imagine it's going to start at, right? Just seeing what happened with the REM, okay? Now, right here, I have 13,100. As mentioned before, that is what I'm saying about this card. Who knows where it'll eventually land at, but that is the starting number, okay? Now, you have these SEC pluses. Why did I just not show you this site? Because some of them are blanked out. It is no picture there. So I'm just going to do this here for you. 1966 highest SEC. Don't forget that because if it is currently sold out, let me hit refresh. It is not there. If it is not there, potentially it is higher in price. This one's the same thing, 1966. Let's just round up to 2000. I think that it deserves this card right here, this amazing art, the drapes flowing in the background. 2 grand, 1441, 1310, and Rapi finishing it up 851.95. Still amazing. It doesn't matter if it's 851. They're all freaking expensive. And when I said again, SEC Plus looks to be 3 cases. It's going to take a while to get these if you wanted to open all of them by yourself. I don't think anybody's crazy enough to do that, but I am hearing people willing to buy lots and lots of cases on the English side. We'll see how this pans out. Triple Rare Plus, subsequently very expensive. You should really understand what's going on here, right? This is one of those sets that people really wanted, that people are willing to pay lots of money. You can see what's going on here. That is very, very popular. Do I imagine this is going to happen on the English side the same way? Yes, depends on how many people are really, really going to buy into English, but I expect it to be a decent amount. You can imagine rip and shit people going to have a field with the day with this on the Japanese and the English side. And why am I talking so quickly? Because I have to go real soon, but this is very exciting. You can see Triple Rare Plus, 69.90, 14.990, 12.990, 89.90. And we have this beautiful SSP sold out. I love this one. This is my favorite one of them all. Over here, 99.90 sold out. Okay, 16.99. They're very expensive. 19.990, 19.990, 69.90. I could just read these all day long, but there are some that aren't as expensive. Here you go. Here's an SSP showing up at 55.90. Still beautiful in every way, but you could tell there are differences. Remember, there are meta considerations as well, which I'll let everybody else out there in the world do. You can watch Strictly Broken probably sometime tonight on Twitch. If you see this video before you see them, just go out there, but they'll put it on YouTube, of course, potentially a week later. They need to do that a lot sooner, but hey, everybody's on a schedule, right? But you can see there's some after SSPs, you're going to see SPs, and you're going to see SPs that are really, really expensive, like this one, 35.990. You could take a guess why. You could take a look at some of these other cards right here. Not all of them are really expensive, so take a look at this SP 29.90. Okay, 29.90. Yes, that is the price of that SP. So as you go along here, if you are one of those people that love to open, potentially finding some cards that are expensive, I think this is one of the sets that you will be taking a gamble on, but it's going to be a pretty good gamble, right? I mean, obviously, you can't always plus every time. You're going to get cards like this where it is cute looking, 29.90, but not everybody's going to want it. That's why the price is that way. Okay, but you're gonna have other ones like this card, where it similarly sounded like 29.90, but they have an extra digit in there. Okay, I'm not even gonna scroll down any further. You can take a look at the picture, but it is sold out. So those are your SPs. There are many other ones, of course, right? But now we're getting to the SRs. SRs, one of the things I've always said that people always fell asleep on. There are beautiful SRs in here. They're expensive, but do keep in mind there are a lot of this product being opened, and you can tell just by looking at the total number of stock. You have total number of stock 14 on this card, 490 yen. Okay, it doesn't sound like a lot, but then you're going to notice if I take a look at some of these other SRs that some of them are really expensive, 490, 490, 290. Where's the one? Let me zoom out. Right here. So you take a look at this one. If you were the one pricing these cards, would you have priced this card at 290 and it's sold out? That's I mean, there's always an amazing differences in price. And I love for characters, the art and all that. And in these sets, you will find mispricings, I would call them. Right? Some are pretty obvious why they're priced that way, and some you're just questioning it. And then when it gets sold out, you're like, well, I guess that makes sense why it's sold out. Right. And then you also have your triple rares inside of this set. Remember, the big thing about triple rares of what I've always said is people don't really understand the value of a triple rare. Right? One of the things that it's beautiful, it's cheaper in price, and it's just it's not as available as people think. Just take a look at what happened with Azure Lane. Right? When you take a look at the Azure Lane trial decks, when you take a look at the triple rares inside them, the SRs inside the booster box, there was a plentiful amount of them, but then when you look it up, some of them are just completely gone, and you need to pick them up as much as soon as you can because some of the SPs, right? They disappear, but the triple rare and SRs, same idea. So just make sure. I just want to point that out there because people seem to forget about those, but they are some lovely ones, and it's not going to cost you the price of 29,990 to actually get it. Okay. Looking here, here's your promos that people were very excited about. Holographic, of course. That's what they really wanted. They wanted the foilness of these promos, and I mean the Rapi right there, 1590. Yeah, that's the big one. And then you also have your double rares. And if you want to take a look at the double rares, yeah, some sold out. For as much as that has actually been opened, what people are talking about with this set is potentially meta breaking. We shall see if that actually comes to pass. I know that was in theory. Maybe it won't work out the way people think it will, but you could tell by looking at these cards disappearing that, yeah, people are definitely going to try because there are some rares that are missing. Right, I just there you go. Here's another rare, and then you could just take a look later on and see what other sites on UUT and all that. If all the same cards disappear, if they do, you're really on to some. We'll see what actually happens. I feel like people are going to use this. People are definitely going to collect this. People are definitely going to try playing with it, and everything this set has going for it is amazing. I mean, they probably made it this way on purpose because they made the website look really nice or like what they assume really nice. This is the Weiss Schwarz website. If you did not look, they changed the product page. I showed you on the last video. They made it all special. Look, there's actual animation here. Wow, it actually moves. So they put a lot of effort into it. I don't think this set's going to absolutely suck. It's not going to suck on the English side. It's not sucking on the English side. Just amazing what's happening here. Everything is going for the set. You also have the trial deck and you have SPs. Now, if you wondered about the pricing on the SPs, the case rate was 2 SPs inside of a case. That makes sense. There's 5 SPs, 29,990, 59,990, 39,990, 49,990. That is your lowest one. But take a look. One last one, 5 SPs. This one right here, 99,990. There you are. So if you hit that, basically your case is good. You are solid for that. You call it a day, right? That is the one you are looking for. This is it. I mean, you have, just think about this now. How many trial decks do you have out there in the world that actually, in a way, pays for themselves? When you have a card like this in the set, when you have people actually wanting the cards, right, for many various different reasons, you could see right here the trial deck card, 290. So just think about that. It's a trial deck card. Let me hit refresh. They add more. They probably added more. No, they did not. This is sold out. A trial deck card sold out. Trial deck. Yes. Here's your triple rare sold out. Yep. Yep. I mean, they had a bunch of these in stock, and it was sold out. But you can see other ones right here, like this triple rare. Like I said earlier, 4 down to 4, 8, 12, 12, 12, sold out. Yeah, it makes you wonder what's going to happen on the English. I don't even need to wonder. I know exactly what's going to happen on the English side. But do remember, there's a whole thing called supply and demand. That's the only thing you have to worry about. If Bushy Road really does print a crap ton of these and a lot of people pick it up, I mean, it could go one way or the other, but you have to make that decision for yourself. But judging by all the pricings that we see here, is this set going to be good or bad? How did it fare? I think many people are going to say it did really well. And unfortunately, there's some people that don't want to see these cards show up into the locals because of what images are on here. But that is the life we all live. That is the choice we all have in this anime or IP or video games or manga that we get. These are the arts that you have to live into. And unfortunately, some people are going to have to live into it even though they don't want to see it. But that is everything. Let me know your thoughts, and I will see you next time. Remember, as always, have fun, be happy, and don't spend anything outside your budget. Really watch out for this one. I can tell a lot of people are excited, and there's a lot of reasons to be excited, but just don't screw up your budget for this one. It's not worth it. Bye.